And hey, Juwan, Luke. And,
Oh, hello.
John. Look at Juwan's background. He's got a.
That's my. This is what would happen if you came to my house. That's our wall, and that's our bed.
Is that wreath up all the time?
It is, but it has different decor. So right now, it has spring flowers in it. We're gonna eventually put Christmas stuff in there.
If I came to your house, I don't think I'd be in your bed.
Mm-mm.
I mean, wouldn't. You wouldn't be in my bed, but it would definitely be part of the tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is a wreath officially a thing that you can just put up whenever you want? You can just hang a wreath whenever you feel like it, wherever you feel like it?
According to Pinterest, yes. But the stipulation being that you have season-appropriate flowers inside of it. So winter, of course, you just shove a bunch of dead branches in there. Because that's what you're...
That's what the season is. It's a season of death. And dearth. And
that's why I don't get people who say that autumn is their favorite. I get that it's cooler and, there's a relief from the summer. Mm-hmm. But if you go on the second level, if you go one step down, everything's either dying or going to sleep. Squirrels are desperately cleaning. They're scurrying to get the last scraps of food before winter sets in, and they have to. Yeah, so I don't see why autumn is so awesome. I don't get it.
I don't think it typically has to do with squirrels.
Everything is more flammable.
That's
all
true.
the dead leaves.
That's true. That's true. The flashpoint of the world.
we got a diaper wreath.
Don't walk outside with a magnifying glass.
At one of our baby showers. Have you seen those? The diaper wreath?
I've seen
Is it practical or is it only for decoration?
This foam ring with a bunch of diapers. And that, I can get behind wreaths like that. Wreaths with purpose. Like that's an emergency stash of diapers just right there. I think that should be more of a thing.
You can use those diapers though.
Yes, like a useful
pull
wreath.
Them off the wreath.
Yeah, like a wreath of McChickens or something. Like a
pretzel wreath.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's my question though. Is why would it need to be in a wreath shape if it's diapers or McNuggets or pretzels? What's the advantage of shaping it in a wreath?
It's
it's easier to hang, but you could have a diaper log.
Right, but why do you need to hang McNuggets or pretzels?
They're handy. It's right there. It's on the wall. Or, wherever you want to hang it. If you need pretzels while you're in the bathroom. Or
toilet paper wreath. Yes.
You can do a diaper log. That's festive. That's still in keeping with the theme of the holidays. Whatever holidays it might be.
Diaper log.
But is it
log? I'm already working on
just the wreath. Is it just a wreath, or are other holiday decorations appropriate just whenever you feel like throwing them up? Like, can we hang up mistletoe?
What though? There's got to be like mistletoe, licorice, or like a crazy bread menorah. Or I don't know why they're all food related, but I really like to have that stuff handy.
But there's no food on your wreath now. Is my point. You've got a wreath hanging up over your bed, and my question was,
Luke's got me thinking out of the box right now. I'm like, dude.
And Luke was the one who somehow he tried to salvage it by saying, "Well, if you make the wreath out of something that you need."
Yeah.
But that still doesn't justify the wreath as a decoration.
That could just as easily be a stromboli. Instead of
we're still talking about food.
Stromboli.
Just different types of food.
Stuff that can go in a circle, even.
You can make it out of pie crust. And
wait, okay, what was your question? I got distracted. I was thinking about
my question
on the wall that I could just pull down.
my question remains: is it okay to stick up a wreath just whenever you feel like it for whatever purpose? And you said yes, but you have to make it seasonal.
That's before Luke expanded my mind, and we're out of the box now. Now I'm like, yes. Not only can you hang a wreath, you should have several, perhaps dozens of wreaths.
When somebody asks you for a tissue, you just point to the tissue wreath
of different
tissue wreaths, toilet paper wreaths hanging in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm. You have obviously you need a money wreath right by the car key wreath. That you hang by the door when you're heading outside. Mm-hmm. So that's
okay. That
you have your home security 9mm wreath. You know,
you got your guns and ammo.
You don't. In an emergency, though, you don't want too many. You don't want to have to make too many decisions. Like which one of these guns on this wreath do I need to protect myself with?
The wreath itself could be sharp, and you just
I was thinking about that. Yeah, like a buzzsaw.
Shuriken. Yeah.
Shuriken wreath.
Yeah.
The Merry Christmas shirt, the Yule shuriken.
I feel like that was in a movie somewhere. It has to have been. There's been enough Christmas movies made
where somebody was killed, murdered with a wreath.
I think so. Had to have been. I know there's that one. Okay, no, that was a Doctor Who episode. Sorry. The Christmas tree turned into a spinning blade of death. That was that's later. I mean,
how about that? Can we just stick a Christmas tree up whenever we feel like it?
Well,
same principle.
Make it, the same exact thing. Make your Christmas tree out of needful things, and you got yourself a deal.
You can.
So, do you know what I realized only this past week?
No.
Is that Thanksgiving is not an international holiday.
No. No.
It just hit you this week.
Yeah, talking to our Australian friend, and she's like, "Yeah, we don't do that.
We don't celebrate. We don't celebrate the founding of America in Australia.
It's a shame."
Do they have an equivalent though, like a gratitude holiday, or is it just
something? Yeah, like a national holiday.
Isn't that just like us Americans though? To think, what do you mean you don't? You guys don't give thanks for America in Australia?
Yeah,
we need though with our spreading of democracy, that needs to be part of the little
we should
starter kit. Yeah, your democracy.
We
democracy
will not
starter kit.
Yeah, unless you participate in our holiday.
And give thanks to God for America.
There's people in the South Pacific going, "What are these hats with the buckles? Those are pilgrims. Where's your turkey? You were supposed to get a turkey.
Where's your patriotism?"
Yeah, we got this dolphin. Put some feathers on it.
We don't celebrate. We don't celebrate Thanksgiving internationally. Yeah.
Yeah, it took me a while too to figure that out. Well, you take things for granted. Oddly enough, this is stupid. It has nothing to do with anything. It's in the movie My Blue Heaven with Steve Martin. Did you ever see that? He's in the mafia.
Yes.
And he has to go into witness protection.
It's actually a pretty funny movie.
It is a pretty good. It's solid. I don't know if it holds up because I haven't seen it in a very long time. But
yeah.
He's being interrogated by the cops, and he's talking about being in Italy and celebrating Thanksgiving. And they say, "Hey, wait a minute, that's an American holiday." And I went, "What? They don't do that in Italy?"
He's got that's Joan Cusack, right? Joan Cusack is the FBI agent in that. And
really, yeah, I can't remember much. That's all I remember.
Steve Martin is mocking her for the way she dresses. He's like this Italian, mobster guy.
Yeah,
and she's this uptight FBI agent. And the line I remember is, "It's your shoes. Your shoes are tragic."
It's not. It won't go down as like his best performance ever.
No.
Rick Moranis is in it.
Yep.
He's I guess he's the protection guy.
Yeah.
It's kind of a buddy cop movie. So Steve Martin is the loose.
It's Pennies from Heaven, though, right? It's not My Blue Heaven.
No, it's My Blue Heaven is the one I'm thinking about. Pennies from Heaven is the black and white one, I think.
Okay.
That's the musical.
Oh,
Luke, what's
right.
your favorite Steve Martin movie? Since we're
Do you know who Steve Martin is?
I do know who Steve Martin, and it has to be The Jerk.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
so quotable.
Yeah.
He hates these cans.
It's not just quotable. It's genius even now when you watch it.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, nobody was doing this and nobody is doing this. It's like nobody could even come close to it.
That's true. The closest, I think, was Pee Wee Herman.
You think so?
Yeah, because Pee Wee Herman was a character. He was the whole, and it was absurd. And the Jerk was absurd, and Pee Wee Herman was absurd. And so they're.
I don't know if I've ever heard anybody put Pee Wee on the same.
I would put Bill Murray on the same level as Steve Martin.
But like what? Like What About Bob? Or
yes, especially What About Bob?
But it wasn't absurd. What About Bob is a good movie, but it's a different kind of humor. I'm talking about genres. I'm talking about a movie,
absurdist kind of.
Yeah, it's absurd and silly and unapologetically so.
What about Ben Stiller in Zoolander?
That's similar. That's close. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
Mystery Men fits in that, I think, a little bit.
Mystery Men fits in there, but that's a whole entourage of absurd people, not just an individual absurd character navigating through a fairly normal world.
I gotcha. I'm gonna have to think about that. We'll do this in the next. We'll address this next time.
This will be continued. Right. Well, this time I wanted to voice my important opinion regarding.
Is it something you don't like?
What, for Thanksgiving?
Yeah. Is there something that you don't like that?
I like Thanksgiving generally, as a holiday, because it's very American. It's exclusively American.
Tragically so.
Tragically American.
Yeah.
And it's a holiday. How do you not like a holiday that's the whole purpose of it is expressing gratitude? I mean, how do you complain about that?
This one again,
right? Right. It's like, oh, I'm so sick of being grateful for all the blessings that we have. Can we get back to just ignoring the goodness of God? So you can't be too critical of Thanksgiving as a holiday.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Very few holidays, actually, now that I think about it, I'm just thinking about it for the first time here. Very few holidays, it makes sense to complain about them, because you're celebrating something that's presumably a good thing, like Mother's Day. But what kind of a jerk complains about Mother's Day? It's like, I gotta appreciate my stupid mom. It's just no matter what you do. Same thing with Father's Day. If you complain about it, you're the one that looks like the idiot.
Even if you had a bad mom, to be like this whole holiday needs to quit.
Right.
It was like you need to begrudge other people's mothers.
Right. I had a bad mom, so nobody should celebrate their mother.
Can we just forget the idea of mothers ever? Won't we be better off without mothers at all?
In deference to me, will you stop loving your own mother?
To be fair, I don't know why we celebrate St. Patrick's Day when it has nothing to do with our country.
Oh, we do that a lot, though, don't we? We'll adopt
because
holiday just to drink. Like Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo is another one.
Right.
There's no American going, hey, Mexican Independence Day.
That's exactly right. If there's drinking involved, we'll celebrate that holiday. But if it's not,
You don't see a lot of people doing that on Reformation Day, though. like November, October 31st, because it's Halloween then.
Right.
I
A
guess
lot of
that's
the
a
Reform
bigger.
people do, though. A lot of the
Do they?
Reform people are like, hey, Luther. No.
No parades though. There's no Martin Luther parades or lookalike
No.
contests.
But you'll do 95 shots, one for each.
Jeez,
This
die. Dude,
is better than Cinco de Mayo, man.
They accuse Christians of taking over holidays anyway, so why not take Halloween and make like a Martin Luther lookalike contest, and then, like you said,
Grab
do
your
some,
Luther lager.
Luther Lager. Yeah, well, and that's it. It boils down to whether or not it makes sense to drink. That's like Bastille Day. We'll celebrate Bastille Day if it means.
Is that the French Revolution? When is okay?
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, that's where
Okay.
they dump. Don't they dump dye in the Chicago River and turn it green on Bastille Day?
That's St. Patrick's Day. Now we're getting all our holidays.
Oh, we should do it. We should do it on Bastille Day too.
Don't they dip a rabbit in chocolate and send it into space?
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs on Bastille Day. It doesn't matter. We'll celebrate anything as long as it's an excuse to drink. But
we'll celebrate it and then we'll complain about it.
Well, I will complain about it. Complain about specifically Thanksgiving. It's about giving thanks, but it's also about food. There really isn't anything except gratitude and food. That's the entire holiday. And so the food at Thanksgiving is it's not the food that we would normally eat, right? I mean, we have
waiting for you to say it's like second-rate food.
Well, it's food. It's food that's not American food, and that's the irony that we're celebrating America and our gratitude for America by eating things that we never eat as Americans. Turkey? How often? We don't eat turkey. We eat it at Thanksgiving, maybe at Christmas, but that's it. You don't hear a family going, "Oh, I can't wait to get home tonight. It's turkey night."
It is very 17th century America because they were literally eating whatever they could find in the woods. So It's like that's why your turkey is surrounded by pine cones, and you usually have some sort of berry. Like at least now, I don't think people know where cranberries come from, but I'm pretty sure
that's another thing on my list.
Yeah. I don't think we eat turkey because of the effective advertising of Big Chicken.
They got our algorithm.
My mind doesn't even go to turkey. I'm so used to the other
my point. You think turkey needs better representation, and then it would be
better PR.
It does.
Yeah.
Turkey socials.
Well, where is the turkey? Where are the turkey people? Why aren't they speaking up? The milk people. They had a whole campaign. Hey, you got milk?
They need the milk people. Yeah.
Right. Where are the turkey people who are saying, "Hey, turkey, it's not just for Thanksgiving anymore."
They have the turkey burgers, but I like what you're saying is we need more just generally roasted turkeys out there somewhere.
Right. We don't need turkey imitating other food that we like. That's not what I'm trying to get to.
Be yourself.
Do you think a Thanksgiving restaurant would do well?
Or it's just all Thanksgiving food.
Yeah. It's like, I need more yams.
Like a chain restaurant.
Yeah.
What if they only popped up like the Spirit of Halloween or whatever stores? Just around
whatever's broken down
up everywhere.
Yeah, these empty warehouses
and an old Piccadilly cafeteria.
All those abandoned Pizza Huts. You can go in there for just 2 months out of the year, and all we have is Thanksgiving, and all we have is turkey and dressing, and green bean casserole, and pumpkin pie.
Why does the Spirit Company stop at one holiday?
That's
You're
true.
right. They could do Spirit Christmas and
Broaden that portfolio.
Spirit St. Patrick's Day. Spirit St.
Spirit,
Patrick's Day, but it'd be a lot smaller though. You'd have to wait for a photo booth or something, an ATM to shut down. And
Spirit Groundhog Day, Spirit Washington's birthday, Spirit
Arbor Day, Labor Day,
Spirit Independence Day, Spirit Bastille Day.
What calendar date is Bastille Day, by the way?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But you know what? We could have turkey on Bastille Day. That would be 2 holidays then.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Turkey, the Bastille Day turkey.
That's the problem. We need turkey on more holidays.
Well, that's a step in the right direction. In my
birthday, instead of birthday cake, what if
it is turkey?
It is July 14th.
There you go.
It's a good day for turkey.
Mm-hmm.
And heck, we always need more excuses to put off fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
So people have fireworks and turkey.
It's only 10 days after. It's only 10 days after July 4th.
Yeah.
All the people.
July 4th. You can have a July 4th turkey. You have turkey. Thanksgiving, Bastille Day, Independence Day. What other big holidays do we have? Why not Mother's Day and Father's Day?
Mm-hmm. The Memorial Day.
Day turkey.
Grilling a turkey, yeah.
Veterans Day turkey.
You're out there floating on the pool. You got a big old turkey leg.
Mm-hmm.
You just gnawing on a turkey leg in the pool.
There is turkey
a hot summer day.
In a lot of the hot dogs. So I think July 4th we do eat some turkey.
You're still missing the point.
I know.
I'm not trying to get turkey. I'm not trying to disguise turkey as things that we ordinarily eat. I'm trying to make turkey like a regular American cuisine. I'm trying to make it part of what we always eat, so that when Thanksgiving rolls around, we're like, oh boy, turkey, this is my favorite dish. You know,
it would have to get into the fast food chains. Probably. Has there ever been a McTurkey?
No.
A McTurkey?
Sure?
Yeah.
Well, you need the KFC equivalent. KFC, I guess, is
KFC
is what we're looking for.
Wonder why we don't have. Yeah, why don't we have that?
The size of turkey wings. Why have we not had buffalo turkey wings?
Mm-hmm.
Like for Super Bowl Sunday. That's you got to eat 100 chicken wings to figure. We only need 5 of those guys to satisfy you.
Right. Yeah. Feed the whole team. Well, it's interesting you would say that because I was driving by Arby's this evening, as a matter of fact, and Arby's had a big sign out front on their marquee that said, "Deep fried turkey is back."
Oh.
It's back, you guys. Did you even know that it was gone? Have you guys been wondering, where's the deep fried turkey at Arby's?
What in the world? I thought Arby's meant roast beef. I thought that was their whole thing.
See?
Dairy Queen only has one flavor of ice cream. It's just vanilla, but there's stuff in it.
Well, they tried chocolate Dairy Queen for a little while, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. Did it not take? People are like, what is this?
Well, Wendy's caved in, and now they have
the
vanilla.
Frosties, yeah.
They have traditional chocolate Frosties, but now they have vanilla Frosties, right. That was all it was for years. You could only get a chocolate Frosty. That was it, and it was like a milkshake. And people would go, "Oh, I'll have a Frosty."
Our ancient rituals.
And some people would actually order chocolate. I'll have a chocolate Frosty, and I would always mock them. It's like that's the only kind you're going to get, no matter what you say. So.
I want the Frosty that my forefathers ate. I want the same Frosty that my great-great-grandfather.
It's like ordering blueberries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wait, what did we get off on? Wait, so did you check it out? Do they have is it fried chicken? You get a turkey leg?
Yeah, I didn't go in. No. I didn't go in and check.
I got to look that up. That sounds
deep fried turkey, I think, is a way to actually prepare turkey. I think that's a legitimate turkey preparation process. You dunk it in boiling oil, and
it is not breaded.
Oh,
no.
Is it though? Is it like a chicken finger? Or is it off the bone?
No, it's a sandwich.
Oh, it's a sandwich.
It still looks good.
I was
Well,
looking
what were you
for.
expecting? Were you expecting to get like a turkey
Yeah,
with dressing and
so you know how
at
you go,
Arby's?
yeah, you know how you go to Popeyes and you get like a 3-piece chicken dinner. I wanted that, but it would be like a king's feast. It would look like it would remind me of what it
At
was.
Arby's,
Yeah,
they're
and I
gonna
was
roll
just
out a
yeah.
whole turkey.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're deep frying turkey. Yeah, why not throw one in there? Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome. Think about
Can
that.
you imagine?
You would feel like a little kid, maybe like a 2-year-old, with the size of like the turkey breasts, deep fried, and a turkey leg. You only
Did I
need a
ever tell?
2-piece turkey dinner. You're done.
Did I ever tell you about the time I went to New York? This was years ago, and we went out. I was there writing some comedy for an ad agency. Long story. That's not the point. But they took us out, to dinner, and we went to some swanky New York place, and everybody around the table ordered, and John Renfro, Anita Renfro's husband, ordered a seafood. I don't remember what the name of it was, but it was like a seafood captain's extravaganza palooza, something like that. It was like it had this name, and so they brought it. They brought it out. All the rest of us have got our little plates of food, and out comes John's, and they push it out on this cart, and there's like a bowl that's upside down, and then another bowl on top of it, and there's this ring of ice around it. And there's like shrimp hanging off of it. And then there's like a lobster. And then there's like this claw that's up like this. And then I swear to you, there's like a tentacle, like an octopus's tentacle wrapped around. And then there's another layer. It was like this castle of seafood, of various bits of creatures. Sea creatures were just draped over this tower of ice and metal.
The guy's like, look, I'll be honest with you. We just drop the net in, and whatever we pull up, we put it straight in this bowl.
It was so great because they push it in front of him. You can't even see him. He's like behind it, and he's got his fork, and he has no idea how to go about eating this. He doesn't know. What do you do? I mean, it's just a.
I thought for sure you were going to say he had to fight the live octopus to get to the other.
Well, that would be
the other stuff.
That would be the way to serve the turkey. The turkey at Arby's would be if they wheeled it out, and there's just these various turkey parts arranged on this scaffolding, like this scaffolding and shelving and stuff, and there's different layers.
Have you ever been to a sushi restaurant where they serve the sushi boat?
Like on the conveyor belt?
Like a wooden boat. It's like $80, but it's got sushi all over it.
Yeah. Well, this would be similar to that, except the boat would have different layers, and I'm thinking some stained glass and maybe some hydraulics and
to be comparable to that, you'd have to have other animals, other forest animals in there, like raccoons and deer and a couple squirrel.
With the turkey?
With the turkey. It'd just be a big bowl of parts, legs,
rabbits,
antlers and stuff sticking out.
Like rabbit ears.
And I was like, there's like 10 chipmunks on the side here. Deep fried chipmunks.
Little fried chipmunks. They look like hush puppies, but they got little feet sticking out of them.
They could call it the forest fryer, and it's all fried.
Oh gosh.
Forest creatures.
How have we?
Are these chicken? Oh, that's a chipmunk. That's a chipmunk.
Oh, you can't go head first on these.
Little field mouse.
Oh yeah, but it's like when we come up with these, we're joking, but it's like, how have we as Americans not thought of this yet?
How have we not? Why are we not eating chipmunks?
How are we not deep
and
frying
raccoons?
deer? And it's like, how have we not done that yet? Somebody's done this. I guarantee.
Possums,
muskrat.
Right. Right. Why not a possum? Why are we eating turkey instead of possums?
I don't know. I honestly, maybe that's what's wrong with our society. Maybe we need more. We've been the mainstream is trying to get us to go vegan. Maybe we need to go more carnivore. Right now we're narrow. Our band of meats is so narrow. That's why the sustainability is down. Let's broaden our horizons.
Is there anything?
Meat.
Is there anything more American than eating a groundhog?
Yeah.
Anything.
Or is a marmoset the same thing?
What about an armadillo? That's more Western.
I will say this. I've heard from my friends out here that I live in the country that armadillo is nigh uneatable. It has been tried and found wanting.
Why? Is it because it's armored and you can't get into it, or is it just?
Well, there's just not much there for one thing. There's not a lot of meat, but it's not good either. That's the other thing.
What about the snout?
Once you do all the work, it's a lot of work for meat that's just not. Yeah.
It's like crab legs, except harder to get into.
I was going to say, it seems like he'd be like the oyster of the land, and people could just, crack the shell and.
Like a mollusk, a four-legged mollusk.
Yeah. Just, peel out the. Oh, did you say that a shrimp already? Remember how that shrimp, you just pull the legs off, right? And you eat around the shell.
Just crack those legs off the armadillo.
And this guy's this friend of mine, he's a professional. He's eaten just about everything. I will say this.
Everything that hasn't eaten him first.
So, do you guys have blue herons where y'all are at? Okay.
I don't think those are legal to kill.
They are not legal to kill. And so his story is that he wasn't, he's just this country boy that lives out on a lake. So he shot one just to see.
One Thanksgiving, he shot one.
He's like, me and my family, I wanted to try something different. No, he saw one.
The Sykes turkey.
He wanted to see if it was, he said there was no meat on it, but he thought it was pretty, so he started calling around to see, hey, how much would it cost for me to get this mounted? He said people started hanging up on him. They thought it was a joke. And one guy was like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah, I just wanted to mount it and see if I could. He goes, look, what you need to do right now is bury that. Don't tell anybody else that you did this.
That was the last blue heron alive in the continental United States.
Yeah. There's not many people where we can put a picture next to the extinct species, but
that mounted heron would be worth a fortune.
Oh my gosh!
I'm surprised you didn't call the state asking what the record blue heron was. Like, I might have got it.
I think I got one. This guy's pretty big. There wasn't a lot of meat on it, but
I guarantee he has the record.
For largest one shot,
largest one ever shot.
I'm looking on my Reap card, this harvest card here. On my waterfowl, it's not on here.
What about pelicans? Can you eat pelicans? That would be a good thing for Thanksgiving.
Are they big though? Are they pretty big?
They're pretty big, and there's a lot of room for the stuffing in their bills.
There's room for the stuffing. It's got its own serving dish, right? You could have its own. You could have the gravy in that pocket.
Good. Then you just tip its head back and baste it. Self-basting.
Okay. Well, I'm hungry.
Man, we went further than I intended to. We didn't even get to cranberry sauce, but we'll talk about that later.
I don't know. I don't really have an opinion. I don't know. What was it before the can? Is anybody old enough to remember what cranberry sauce was before we started canning it?
Chopped up cranberries, man.
I know what I know what it consists of.
Grind them up into a paste.
What did it look like before we started canning it?
A paste. It looked like a gooey sort of gelatin. I don't think it was as jelly-like. Like regular cranberries are not as jelly-like. They put something in it to make it retain the shape of the can, so that
we like that
slice
now.
It. Yeah.
It's like, what is this? It's in a bowl. It looks like a jelly. This is nothing like the cranberry sauce I had growing up.
No,
it needs to be round with little lumps with two bands around the middle.
It's not sauce anymore. It's something else. It's not really pudding. It's not really a jelly. It's not really a like a frosting or a spread. It's just
a puree.
Yeah.
It definitely doesn't.
Something holds it together. Something is causing it to stick together into one solid mass.
It's gratefulness.
It's held together by gratitude.
By sheer gratitude. That's why you can only get it at Thanksgiving. Any other time of the year, it won't stick together.
You can't do it on Black Friday.
No.
It always stays together for one day too. That's the other. The minute the sales start on Friday, it just flies apart.
All the goodwill and gratitude disappears.
Okay. So that was something I can't remember if I said this yet. I was thinking about how do you make because I looked it up. Cranberry sauce was originally just sugar and made with just sugar and water. Obviously, you add the cranberries.
And cranberries, right?
Yeah, you add cranberries.
Originally, cranberry sauce was just sugar and water.
It's just they started calling on that.
They were like
that syrup.
And then one year they were like, "Why are we calling this cranberry sauce again?"
Let's put some cranberries in it. But that seems to be the only way to make something American is add sugar to it.
Correct.
Because it's like, okay.
You ever had cranberry sauce that doesn't have sugar in it? You ever had straight up cranberry juice?
Has anyone? That seems like that'd be an internet challenge by now. Somebody would just straight up eat a cranberry.
There's a difference between cranberry juice and the cran-apple ocean spray stuff that they make, where they mix it with apple juice and everything else. Like cranberry juice will pucker you. It'll shrink your head. It literally will shrink your skull when you drink it straight.
Oh, here it is. It's like you can make any food American by just using a lot of it and adding sugar until it tastes good. So we take lemons, we squeeze their juice, and then we just add sugar. Do you even taste lemons in lemonade? That is not the point of lemonade.
We don't need lemons for lemonade.
No.
And we don't need cranberries for cranberry sauce.
Nope. We got all even pizza. You get about 130 tomatoes, and you crush the mess out of them, and then you just add sugar to the sauce. I said add sugar until you could ice a cake with it, and then you add cheese and bread. That's another thing to do to make it American. Cheese and bread. And then apple pie is the most American thing there is. And we just basically roast an apple until it's
sugar.
Until it has decomposed. It's completely decomposed. And then you just add sugar. Are the apples sweet enough on their own? No.
There you have it.
We have to bake the crap out of them and dump a load of sugar in there. 5-pound bag of sugar.
You know what we don't add sugar to? Turkey. We just leave that in its natural.
But someone must have tried, though, at least.
We do add bread. That's what stuffing is.
Oh, there you go.
We stuff turkey with bread.
The 3 ingredients we need for it's either sugar or bread or butter.
Right.
Or a combination. Okay. I think that's a worthy that's a worthy theory.
That's all I have. We've already used up all of our time.
What? That's all our time? Are we trying to keep these at 30 minutes or something? Or
no. Well, 45. We've been at this 40 minutes already. Can you tell?
Luke, you had stuff, though, didn't you?
Yeah, I have a little bit.
You write some things.
It's about how particularly the Thanksgiving season is the season of shame for me, because I get shamed for not liking foods. Like being a picky eater is on purpose. Like I didn't ask for this, you know. I don't like that every dinner invite feels like an invitation to be on Fear Factor. I want to like mushrooms. I don't have taste buds. I have taste enemies. They're like a group of mean girls just roasting me at every bite. You know, like, oh, you thought you liked pickles? How dare you?
Everything's like this super monumental challenge. Do you have to like? Is it to the point where you almost gag too?
On some foods, I'm better now, but there's still everybody's just like, oh well, you haven't had it. You haven't had my sweet
Right.
potatoes. Like putting marshmallows on top it's still sweet potatoes.
Yeah, it's like that depends.
Yeah.
Did you make it out of sweet potatoes? Because that's the part that gets to me.
Right.
Right. Are there any sweet potatoes in these sweet potatoes?
Yeah. Because all I'm gonna do is scrape off the cinnamon and sugar off the top. I'm not eating the sweet potatoes.
And even that's going to taste like sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
What's the most controversial, like when you said, I don't like this, everybody like dropped their silverware and
I
the
could live
children
without
started
cheese.
crying.
I could live without all cheese.
Cheese?
I could do it. I do
Yeah,
like.
he's super weird about cheese.
Yeah, but have you had mozzarella? Have you had my mozzarella on pizza?
I can eat it on pizza. It's fine. But I can also eat pizza
tolerate it.
without any cheese just fine.
See that? Okay, whatever. What about Thanksgiving food? Is there anything Thanksgiving food that you would go, okay, this is pretty good. This is like what?
Ham, turkey, mashed potatoes, candied carrots, green beans, all that's good.
Radishes?
Radishes are great.
Have radishes ever been prepared in any other way except for raw out of the ground, just washed and sliced?
Well,
I've never seen them. Do they get cooked?
I don't get them washed, but
It's just, come on, kids, let's go in the backyard. Time for radish picking time.
He just licks the dirt off.
I've never seen them prepared any other way, though. I just realized that.
I can tell as I'm eating them that they're not good, but I still enjoy eating them. They're crisp and cool and spicy.
Oh, you like the crunchy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And potato chips don't fulfill that for you?
We did. They don't do that. We ate radishes on the podcast one night, didn't we?
I think we did.
Because I mentioned, I think we were talking about Thanksgiving food when I did it. Because radishes are another thing that we would only have at Thanksgiving. Go to my grandmother's house every year. She would cut up you had a big bowl of radishes there. And every year I looked at those and I went, man, those look like they ought to taste great. But I remember, they're inviting. They're brightly colored. Yeah. And I remember thinking every year, man, those look so good. But then last year I ate one of them and they are not good. I do not like them. But every year I would go, maybe I got a bad one. Maybe I'm misremembering. I would pop one of those radishes in and go, nope. They're terrible.
This is the year I like radishes.
This is the year.
But I'm serious though. I can't remember offhand any other way I've ever seen them prepared except for just basically raw.
That's it.
They just throw it raw. Nobody boils them or.
No, there's no radish pie.
Candied radishes. There's no
candied radishes.
Oh. Just thinking about that's kind of gross.
Caramel radishes.
Yeah, reduction. Caramel reduction. There's a whole world of unexplored food possibilities we haven't even.
I feel like rhubarb pie would be similar to radish pie.
Well, except that a rhubarb is a completely different type of food. But yeah,
Well, they're both.
Hey, we took lemons. And we added enough sugar to drink its juice without problem.
How much sugar do we need to add to a radish?
I love that idea.
Before it becomes a confection.
I don't know if a lot of people would be like, "Hey, would you like a slice of this radish pie?"
You'll never
I'm not
see
sure
it.
a lot of people would be on
chocolate covered radish.
As a slushy option. A radish.
Oh, slushy.
Wendy's new Frosty. Radish.
Oh,
that's it.
Oh my gosh,
that's it. Radishes are exclusive. Who else eats radishes like at regular meals? Nobody has a dish of radishes.
You'll see them
at just a Thursday night meal
sliced
in the middle of the year.
Like very thinly sliced in a whole salad. They're just there for like little splash of color, I think.
Right. Nobody ever opens up their picnic baskets and goes, "Oh no, we don't have the radishes."
Or somebody just walking in the room, got a bag, tossing them in like potato chips. Yeah.
Just eating them one after the other, right?
Oh. It's so weird though how it has a taste and they're like spicy, but nobody tries to cook them. That's what's baffling me right now. It's blowing my mind.
Somebody probably has. I'll bet you there are people have been experimenting with radishes ever since they discovered that they're not toxic. People have been trying to. Yeah.
There's some chef in France. Like there's sweat pouring down. He's in a kitchen somewhere going, "How do I make these radishes edible?
How do I make it delicious?"
You probably have to pair it with like armadillo, and then it's good.
Oh, like a little garnish on the side.
Mm-hmm. Radish stuffed armadillo.
Oh my gosh, that sounds good. I don't know if it would be good. But it does sound like a dish at a very expensive restaurant. You have a radish stuffed armadillo, but you'd have to do you'd have to say like a armadillo.
Armadillo.
Like, oh, okay. That sounds like something.
Radish.
What is that? $200 for that?
It's probably worth it. You have a tentacle wrapped around its head. All right. Are we done? Are you done, Juwan?
Are we done?
Are we done?
Yeah, I don't have anything. I'm sorry. I like all foods. The list of foods that I won't eat is very short. Raw celery is something I just cannot get it down.
That's so weird. It's just water. It's just like crunchy water.
It has an aftertaste. I have done when I'm in another country and they give me something weird. My goal, I was like, if I don't swallow this, I can't say that I've eaten it. So in Ireland, they have a thing called dulse, but it's just raw seaweed that they've picked up and washed off and thrown in a bag. It was like I almost didn't get it down, but I was like, I can't say I ate it if I don't swallow it. So I did, but that one almost came back up. I can't imagine eating that.
Seaweed is foul.
Well, it's not like I think there's a difference between Japanese cultivated seaweed and Irish harvested from the beaches and a garbage bag seaweed.
You think so?
I think there's a difference. The Irish
seaweed that's been scraped off the bottom of a dinghy.
Yeah. Because I've had sushi. Sushi's great. The Irish seaweed's a little gamey.
Are you sure they weren't pulling your leg?
What's that?
Are you sure they weren't pulling your leg? Like, oh, this is
you're right. Gosh, I'd be so gullible. I'd never even asked.
We told him it's our national dish. He ate it.
Look at this guy eating grass clippings. I just put it in a bag and wetted it down, told him it's seaweed.
He's eating grass. Oh, gosh. I heard that I actually was on a cruise ship once with the guy who was a chef. They called him a chef on Fear Factor. And so his job was to make up. Yeah. He had to make up the food that they would have to eat.
The thing is, when you're on a cruise ship, when they go, this was a featured chef on Fear Factor, they be, okay, I need to have this meal.
Well, he was a passenger. He wasn't actually working on the ship. He was a passenger.
I thought you were saying that they were announcing the chef.
Yeah, they had Fear Factor night. Fear Factor night on the cruise ship where it's all food.
Hope you like season 7 with the 8 in that.
Well, here's what he told me. He said that the challenge was making it taste bad because all of the food that they ate on Fear Factor was legitimate food somewhere.
Somewhere, yeah.
It was things that people actually eat somewhere in the world. And so, and a lot of it is not bad. A lot of it is palatable. And so what they would do, he would have to add things to it in order to make the flavor not good. and most of the time, what he would add is seaweed. That's what he told me. He said seaweed just makes everything awful.
Yeah, you just get that fish taste.
Mm-hmm.
Not to be crass, but wasn't most of the challenges have to do with some sort of genitalia?
Genitalia, yeah, a lot of them did.
So all of those are like if they just left it alone, they'd have been like, "Oh, this is quite good." Oh my gosh,
it's pretty good. Well, they eat that stuff. I mean, they eat like bull testicles and stuff. They eat that. They eat that in the United States. That's not even some weird.
Yeah, that's true. But it's not like on the coast. It's like up in the mountains somewhere.
No, it's down in Georgia where you live. That's where they.
No, I've never seen it.
You guys
never seen it on a menu.
You guys eat boiled peanuts.
Well, yeah, that's true. An armadillo, apparently.
All right, I'll stop it.